dear members of the Mandela family, dear comrades, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, let me at the outset express how humbled I feel to be given the opportunity to be present here amongst you to pay tribute to one of Africa's greatest sons and an iconic figure of exceptional contribution to humanity, Nelson Mandela. It is altogether fitting that the entire world pays tribute and bid farewell to this iconic leader and champion of the ideals of justice and liberty. This moment is even more poignant for Africa, the cause of which this great man's journey so typically symbolizes. In Ethiopia, Madiba has a special place in our heart since he began the struggle, and he stayed for a short moment amongst us. Indeed, Madiba's life has been a record of all the trials and tribulations the entire continent has to endure in the hands of ruthless colonizers and inhuman masters. His was a life of struggle in the face of unparalleled odds, a life of suffering in the hands of malicious perpetrators of injustice, and a life of perseverance in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenge. To that extent, Madiba's life was the mirror image of the continent for the liberation of which he so relentlessly fought. Africa, indeed, indebted for that. But in a larger sense, his life also was a life of the very party that created and shaped him, and one that Madiba's struggle went to sustain, and whose unparalleled dedication to the cause of the liberation of Africa will be remembered by posterity, the ANC. As a true leader and authentic personification of the African National Congress, Mandela's life also represented what was promising about the continent's future. That if we fight injustice tooth and nail, that if we persevere in the face of atrocities, that if we remain committed to the ideals of justice, liberation, and above all, the sanctity of human dignity, we can ultimately prevail over the evil, no matter how the odds decked against us. And for good measure, Mandela went out of his way to preach the message of a spirit of endurance, forgiveness, preferring as he did to chart a new course for his people's future based on mutual respect and equality, justice and reconciliation, unifying than dividing. Humanity was indeed, is, better off because it had the good fortune of having the likes of Mandela as its torchbearers in the moment of utter darkness, source of inspiration in the moment of hopelessness, and source of wisdom in the midst of mediocrity. What we are doing today is not so much mourning the passing away of an icon, however big the loss, as the celebration of humanity at its finest. As we bid farewell to this great man, we should find consolation in the knowledge that his legacy shall live on for eternity. We should also all count ourselves lucky to have had the opportunity to draw a lesson or two from the life of this towering figure. Mandela was a man of exceptional integrity par excellence. As we celebrate his exceptional life today, it is incumbent upon us to once again dedicate ourselves to very ideals this great man stood for: justice, equality, freedom, and unity in diversity, and of course, the renaissance of Mama Africa. We salute you, Mandela. May his soul rest in eternal peace. I thank you.